Hello everyone. Yes, in the previous class we complete the chapter integration, and I tell you to complete the examples of the exercise. So now today we start the next chapter, that is definite integral. And the first topic in the definite integral, that is definite integral as a limit of sum, that is deleted for this year from your syllabus. So we do not conduct this topic. Then next topic is fundamental theorem of integral. So what is this? So let f be the continuous function defined on the closed interval ab, and if integration f of x equals to g of x plus c, where c is constant of integration, then integration from a to b f of x dx. What is a to b? Here in definite integral, a is nothing but the lower limit and b is upper limit. So here the result of the integral is same as we take in the previous chapter, that integration of f of x is g of x plus c. So g of x plus c, but difference is this: we have to put the limit here. Say ab. What is ab? Lower limit, and b is upper limit. So substitution of the limit is as upper limit minus lower limit. So first of all we have to put b as upper limit in place of x. See here, g of b plus c, and minus lower limit, that is g of a plus c, right? So substitution of the limit is as upper limit minus lower limit after solving the integral, right? After finding the answer of the integral, we have to substitute the limit, right, and simplify. These 2-3 steps are more in the definite integral as compared to indefinite integral. Nothing else. All the formulas are same, all the processes are same. We have to use here as we used in the previous chapter, right? Only the difference is we have to substitute limit in the final answer as a upper limit minus lower limit, as substitution is this. And we have to solve. How we solve this? See, g of b plus c minus g of a minus plus minus c. So plus c minus c get cancelled, and finally g of b minus g of a, this should be the answer. That means in definite integral we do not use the constant of integration c, because after substitution of the limit this constant of integration c gets cancelled. Therefore the constant of integration c is not used in definite integral. That is, in this chapter we are not using the constant of integration c. And then the final answer is what? The integration from a to b f of x dx is g of b minus g of a. This should be the final answer. And here a is lower limit and b is what? Upper limit, right? So see, we try to solve some examples. See, first one, say evaluate integration from 2 to 5 x square minus x dx, right? So this is the simple example where the integration of x square is x cube by 3 by using the formula of integration of x to the power n, right? X to the power n plus 1 upon n plus 1. So x to the power 2 plus 1 upon 2 plus 1 means x to the power 3 upon 3. And minus, similarly integration of x is x square by 2 by using same formula, and limit is 2 to 5. Now put the, this is the answer. Now put this 2 to 5 limit, that is, first of all replace variable x as upper limit. So 5 cube minus divided by 3 minus 5 square divided by 2, this should be the upper limit, minus lower limit, that is 2 cube by 3 minus 2 square by 2, right? Now simplify this. So 5 cube is 125 by 3 minus 5 square is 25 by 2, and minus 2 cube is 8 by 3, and minus minus plus 2 square is 4 by 2, right? Then this 125 by 3 minus 8 by 3, that is 117 by 3, and minus 25 by 2 plus 4 by 2 means it is minus 21 by 2, right? Now by LCM method, see 6 3 into 2 6 and 117 by 3. So by LCM method, 6 into 117 by 3, right? So what do you get? 234. And 21 LCM is what? 6. 6 into 21 by 2, right? So 6 into 21, that is 2 sorry 126 by 2 means 83. Okay, here it is. I think 63 is there, so misprint I think, because 21 into 6, that is 126. 126 by 2 is 63, right? Not 83. Means answer is what? 234 minus 63, that is 171 by 3. You should be the final answer. I think there is a misprint, so try to understand and try to correct that misprint from the textbook, right? Now there is a properties of the definite integral. This should be the important topic here. There are 7 properties of definite integral. We see one by one, and examples depending on these properties are there also. So they are important for properties because asked in the examination, right? So see the first property, that integration from a to a f of x dx equals to 0. What is meaning of this and how we remember this one? That if the lower limit and upper limit is same, then the result of the integration is 0, and this is proved as like this. So let integration of f of x dx is g of x plus c, and therefore integration from a to a f of x dx is what? G of x plus c from a to a. Now put the limit, so g of a plus c minus g of a plus c, that should be 0. That means if the limit, upper limit and lower limit is same, the result of that integration is 0. This is the first property. Then see the second one, that integration from a to b f of x dx is minus integration from b to a f of x dx. What is meaning of this? If we interchange the limit, that a to b converted to b to a, then the result of integration is changes by sign only. That is, this should be minus of integration b to a f of x dx, right? So this is also proved by the very easy. Let integration f of x dx is g of x plus c. So integration from a to b, first of all find the left side, the result of the left side, and then we go for the left right side. So a to b f of x dx is what? G of x plus c a to b. After substitution of the limit, g of b plus c minus g of a plus c, that is g of b minus g of a. If we take a negative sign from common from here, what we get? G of a minus g of b, right? And minus, this is nothing but negative of integration from b to a f of x dx, right? Because if we solve this b to a f of x dx by using same, we got minus of g of a plus minus g of b, right? So this is the result, that integration a to b f of x dx equals to minus integration b to a f of x dx. This is the second property, right? Then see the property number third, that is integration from a to b f of x dx is equals to integration from a to b f of t dt. What is meaning of this and how we it remember? That if we change the variable, here left side is variable x and right side is variable t. So if we change the variable in the integral, the value of the integral not changes. See, integration from a to b f of x dx is integration from a to b f of t dt. That the result is same, right? That means the variable change do not affect the result, right? So this property we prove. See here, let integration f of x dx equals to g of x plus c. First find the result of left side, that is LHS, that integration a to b f of x dx, that is g of x plus c from a to b. So that is g of b plus c minus g of a plus c. My plus c minus c cancel, we get g of b minus g of a. This is equation number 1. Then see the RHS, that integration from a to b f of t dt, that is g of t plus c a to b after substitution of the limit, that is g of b plus c upper limit minus g of a plus c, that is lower limit. But then again plus c minus c cancel, g of b minus g of a is the answer for right side. And if we see equation number 1 and 2, right side is same, so therefore we say left side is same, that is integration from a to b f of x dx equals to integration from a to b f of t dt. It should be the result of the property number 3rd, right? So see now the next property, that is property number 4, that is say integration from a to b f of x dx equals to integration from a to c f of x dx plus integration from c to b f of x dx. What's the meaning of this? That here the condition is where c is in between a and b. Means if the value of c is in between a and b, that means greater than a and less than b. C is greater than a less than b, then integration from a to b is nothing but integration from a to c plus integration from c to b, right? Understand? So this should be the property. This is the property number 4, and the proof of the property is very similar to the previous one, that is we consider the RHS and find the LHS, right? So consider again, let integration f of x dx equals to g of x plus c, this should be considered. Then consider RHS is what? RHS is integration from a to c f of x dx plus integration from c to b f of x dx, right? This should be the RHS. And again by using the result of this same result, with this is a g of x plus c, integration from limit is a to c, and it is g of x plus c, result integration c to b, right? Now see here, put upper limit g of c plus c minus g of a plus c, that is lower limit, plus here g of b plus c minus g of c plus c, right? Then this is nothing but g of c plus c minus g of a minus c plus g of b plus c minus g of c plus minus c. This plus c minus c plus c minus c cancel, and g of c minus g of c cancel, remaining is g of b minus g of a, that is nothing but g of x plus c from a to b, right? That is nothing but the left side of the proof. So we consider right side and prove left side, that means the result of this proof is completed, right? That is, therefore we say that integration from a to b f of x dx is integration from a to c f of x dx plus integration from c to b f of x dx, right? This should be the property number 4, right? And a very important property is this, because it is asked in the examination, right? So try to understand. And again all 3 properties are there and some examples on that properties, so that should be considered, we take in the next class, because this is enough for the day, and you practice these properties because very important are that, right? So try to practice and try to understand.